The Price of a Father. In the bustling city of Accra, where trotro mates shout like auctioneers and the sun doesn't respect anybody's skin tone, lived a woman named Madame Esther, a woman forged in fire. They said life didn't give her lemons, life gave her pepper.
Shh, it's all right now. I'm here.
Mama,
Yes, my love, I'm right here.
safe.
At just 22, she was abandoned by her husband with a 2-year-old daughter, Victoria. The man vanished like free Wi-Fi after 12 midnight. No calls, no money, no shame, just vibes and disappearance. Madame Esther was not your average Ghanaian mother. She was educated, properly educated, the kind that says per se in arguments and people keep quiet. After the heartbreak, she didn't sit down to cry and watch Nigerian movies. No, she applied for jobs like her life depended on it, because it did. And by the grace of God and stubborn determination, she landed a job as a lecturer at a private university in Accra.
All right, class, let's look at this equation together. I know it looks tricky, but we'll break it down step by step. Who can tell me what we should do first?
People said, hey, single mother, lecturer, let's see how long she lasts. But as the Aiken proverb goes, if someone doesn't know, another will teach them. And Madame Esther taught them lessons they didn't ask for. Victoria grew up like a flower in dry season, unexpected but breathtaking. Beautiful? Yes. Brilliant? Even more. Disciplined? Her mother didn't come to play. Every Sunday they were in church. Front row. No excuses. Madame Esther was a Sunday school teacher.
Good morning, children. Let's open our Bibles to the story of Noah. God told Noah to build an ark, a very big boat. Noah's family and the animals were safe inside.
Victoria didn't just know Bible stories. She could teach them back with footnotes. While other children were sneaking out to watch movies, Victoria was solving equations and memorizing scriptures. Not because life was easy, but because her mother made sure giving up was not an option. Ghanaians, as you know, don't mind their business. Neighbors whispered, single mother? Let's see how that girl will turn out.
Woman raising a girl child by herself. Let's see how that girl will turn out. The girl needs guidance. My sister, it's not small, oh. The man just vanished, like morning dew.
Church members added, God is merciful, but choices have consequences. Meanwhile, some aunties who had husbands still didn't have peace in their homes, but they were judging. Irony was walking barefoot in that community, but Madame Esther, she didn't argue. She just kept working, because as we say, the ruin of a nation begins in the homes of its people, and she was determined her home would not be part of that ruin. Because she was a lecturer, Victoria got a tuition discount at the same university. They weren't rich, let nobody lie. There were days when we'll manage became a lifestyle, but Victoria never lacked what mattered: education, discipline, and purpose. And like a prophecy fulfilled, she graduated with honors. Not just small honors, the kind that makes lecturers argue over who taught her best. Now here's where the story becomes sweet. Victoria met a quiet young man named Daniel. Simple guy, calm, respectful, always dressed like he had somewhere important to be. Even if he didn't, he was doing his second master's degree at the same university. Second. Meanwhile, some people were still negotiating with their first degree like it was a stubborn goat. Unknown to Victoria, Daniel had already done his first master's abroad. His family, wealthy, old money, the kind that doesn't shout, but moves things quietly. But Daniel hid all of that. Why? Because he wanted to be loved, not priced. Their friendship started with group discussions, then library conversations, then accidental meetings that were not accidental. Daniel was gentle, Victoria was kind. Together they were dangerous. Because when two good people meet, the devil starts checking the calendar. Daniel graduated a few months before Victoria. Then one evening, under a quiet Accra sky, he proposed. Victoria said yes. And then, the problem arrived because in Ghana, love is sweet until tradition enters like an uninvited uncle. There is a certain tradition that says a biological father must receive his daughter's bride price, whether he raised her or not. Yes, even if he disappeared like a bad debt, even if he contributed nothing but DNA and disappointment. Suddenly, like a movie villain in part two, Victoria's father reappeared, not because of love, not because of regret, but because he was broke. Rumor had it he had spent all his money trying to impress his mistress. Champagne lifestyle, sachet water budget.